Today I'm going to be making a super simple summer dress. So this dress is going to be super easy. It's going to be a rectangle for the front, a rectangle for the back, some straps. I'm going to make them tie so they're adjustable, and some shearing on the top to make it fitted. It's gonna be so cute. I've been having this dress in my mind for a while, so I'm so excited to be able to make it today. And I'm gonna be making it out of this really cute summery fabric. So let's go into the sewing studio and get started. So the fabric I'm gonna be using is this super cute cotton gingham fabric that I got from Joann's with these smiley face suns. So cute. So I'm only going to need these pieces for my summer dress. For the body of the dress, I took my biggest measurement and I doubled it because when you shear fabric, it normally shrinks about 50%. So the body of the dress is 44 inches wide, and I want it to hit the middle of my calf for midi length. So I'm making it 38 inches, and I'm making 2 of those. And then for the straps, they're going to be 18 inches long by 3 inches wide. And I'm going to need 2 of those. And then, of course, I'm going to need 4 pocket pieces. Okay, so I have my 2 big rectangles for my body. I have my 4 pocket pieces. And I have my 2 strap pieces that I'll make as one and then just cut in half to make my 2 tie straps. So I think I'm going to save the shearing for the very end. So I'm going to work on my pocket pieces and my strap pieces. So for my pocket pieces, I just took them over to my serger and I finished the curved edge. I left the flat edge alone because when I attach it to the dress, I'm going to just serge that along with the dress. I used to find it really difficult to serge the round edges of the pocket pieces. But I realized that if I did the bottom edge first, I was able to go around that curve pretty easily and finish up the rest of the piece without any gaps. So this is how I overlock my pocket pieces. At this point, I cut my strap pieces in half because I wanted to fold down that top edge in order to enclose the raw top edge of the strap and make it a little neater. So I folded each strap in half, folded the top edge down to enclose that raw edge, and then I folded the long edges in towards the middle and then folded it in half again to make sure all the raw edges were enclosed. The bottom edge I don't really care about because that will be sewn inside the dress, so I just left that as is. Once it was pressed, I brought it over to the sewing machine where I sewed the open edge first. And when I got to the end, I pivoted to enclose that folded edge. And then went down the folded side to make everything nice and enclosed and look good with the stitches. Next, it was time to do the shearing. So I measured down 1.5 inches from the top just to give a little more space and create kind of a ruffle on the top. And then from there, I made 1 inch spaced lines all the way down, equaling about 9 lines. And you can see that black dot in my fabric is a pin for where I'm going to stop the shearing lines. So many stripes. I hope you can see those blue lines. So I'm done with the first side and I'm going to draw the lines on the back piece. To make the shearing, I grabbed an empty bobbin and hand wound some elastic thread around, making sure not to make it too tight. And then I replaced my regular bobbin thread with this new elastic thread. I kept my tension the same, but just made the stitch length a little bigger. Now with the right side of my fabric facing up, I followed those chalk lines that I made with my ruler. And you can see the back of the fabric starts to bunch up and get sheared. Once I got to the end of a row, I just cut my threads as usual and moved on to the next row. make me so happy. And I love the way the ruching, or the shearing, I always call it ruching, but the shearing looks with the stripe. It's looking so cute. The only thing is, it's looking kind of big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zap it with steam, because afterwards you're supposed to use a hot iron with some steam, and that helps to shrink it too. And then I'm gonna pin it together and try it on. I am adding straps, so if it's not totally fitted, it's okay. And I want the skirt to be a little bigger at the bottom. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I'm gonna steam this and see how much it shrinks. Okay, so I pinned it, and it is huge on me. I wanted that full skirt, but it's not going to happen. I mean, I think it's still going to be pretty full. It won't be doubled, but it'll be full enough. So I'm definitely going to have to take this in, and then I'm going to mark where I want the pockets to go. Where I want the pockets to go. But yeah, I think it's really cute. It's coming together. I ended up removing about 10 inches from each side to make it a little more fitted and to remove all that excess fabric. I think because the fabric was a little thicker and my lines of shearing weren't that close together, it didn't shrink up as much as it usually would have. So once I cut off that fabric, I measured down 4 inches from my last row of shearing and added the pockets, stitching right sides together. Once I attached the pockets, I took it over to my overlocker and I finished each edge, including the pocket. And I did each edge separately because since I'm doing a rolled hem, I want to press the seam open and have each side on its own side of the seam. Once the edges were finished, I put right sides together and pinned the sides together, making sure to go around the edges of the pocket. And then I brought it over to my sewing machine and stitched right sides together. And finally, to finish the body, I used a rolled hem on the top edge and the bottom edge of the dress. I go into more detail about how to make a rolled hem in my video where I make a tie front blouse, and I'll put the link to that video in the description below. I then tried the dress on and attached the straps where I thought they would be the most comfortable. And lastly, I attached my Sani Sews label. She's done. I love her. I love how it came out. I don't wear a lot of stripes, but sewing with stripes makes it so easy to cut the fabric and sew the fabric. It gives you your own little personal guide. It's pretty awesome. She's super comfortable, and yeah, it was like pretty straightforward to make. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you back here for another sewing adventure. Bye.